Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Day Darling. I shall see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where finally I will say my new earbuds, my new headphones have arrived, and we're actually here this time, which is fortunate because they work. I basically just finished setting them up. I have also just realised there's a little tab on them which says phone stand, which I don't really know what that means. What does this do? I'm not sure. But you might be wondering which ones I got. I got the Soundcore P40. Initially I got the P20, those didn't arrive. And then I took it aside to be like, let's get the P40. So, good evening everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow at 7:50 PM on Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. But yeah, I got them, apparently they come with like an app as well, which you sort of download, and my phone recognized they were there, and then I was like, oh yes, link it to this, and then they were like, oh yes, you do want to download the app, and I was like, oh, I didn't even realize you could do that, but there you go. It can, so yeah. Sorry, I just got a phone notification. It's my friend giving me some money. Which I will say thank you to. What will be a befitting? I can't remember what this is for necessarily. I don't know. I'll just send a random animal. Sure, this one, a chipmunk. I don't realise how much money it was for. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yes, so I finally got my headphones. They're here. I'm actually, happy they're here and all that. And the case, I don't know. I guess I'll just sort of pop them over here for now. They're pretty good, to be honest. Like immediately I put them on and I was like, this is like a world of difference on my previous ones. Like it actually sounds like different. But I will say I'm not like enough of an audiophile maybe to understand what the sound difference is between the transparency mode, normal mode, and the noise cancelling mode. Like if I conceptually understand, and probably it's because it's not loud enough where I am right now for it to make a difference. But I was cycling through them and like listening to music and I was like, it sounds exactly the same. And then, afterwards I was like, oh, it probably makes a difference if there's more ambient noise going on. Like noise cancelling would like probably block it out or something. But I don't know if I'd ever really use a noise cancelling sound I really need to hone in. But even then, I find that I'd rather have silence to hone in. But I guess I could put my headphones in and just picked up someone's grave. It does really look like Lily died. I didn't realise this is what I've done, but yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. I find I need silence to lock in, not music. Which your mileage may vary, I suppose, with. But yeah, otherwise my headphones are here, and they've arrived. Hopefully I don't lose these ones, because these ones are a little bit more expensive, and by a little bit more I mean 3 times more expensive than my previous ones. You get my previous ones were like £12, but still. What else to talk about? Umumusme, the finals are happening today. Summer Marizensky, she's coming out. I might try and send a couple of runs just to see if I can actually build a decent one for her, because my Science guy is not going to cut it, I don't think. Or not enough. What the heck? Wi-Fi call from France? Who's calling me from France? I'm going to just let them ring it out. You might be like, why don't you hang up if you think it's a scam caller? Well, that's a thing that I heard about, see, is that sometimes they just call you just to sort of probe if your phone exists. My shovel! Which results in a situation where if you actually decline, they know because it happened in a certain amount of time that your phone does exist because you responded fast enough, so they will keep calling you. I don't know how true that is necessarily. That might just be completely false information. But it is interesting nonetheless to think about. Conceive? It's not really the right idea. Where is my medicine? So I should probably have some medicine before I eat my dinner time meal, which will be soon. That's why I'm recording now while it's cooking. Water, wash it down. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, but ambient noise, I suppose. Like, it seems like a lot of people want music to be able to lock in, but I find music ends up distracting me more than anything. Sometimes lo-fi music I think is okay, but still. A lot of the time, more than anything, I think music, I sort of, like, takes me out of something which I'm trying to sort of hard focus on. Which is fine. Like, I mean, different strokes for different folks and all that. But especially music with lyrics. So maybe I should just put, like, white noise on. I remember someone was telling me about, like, the concept of brown noise, which I can't remember what the difference was. Brown noise. Which is different than white noise somehow. Brownian noise? Red noise. What? It's a random walk of noise. Oh, interesting. Okay. But the colours of noise. White noise uses both low and high sound frequencies. Pink noise uses more low frequencies. Brown noise uses the deepest frequencies compared to white or pink. Okay. Interesting. What noise colours are there? Noise colours. I think there's black noise as well, but I don't know what that is. Blue noise. Power increases as frequency increases. What? Pink linear power on a logarithmic scale. Power decreases as frequency increases. Okay, power. Okay. So brown and blue are opposite of each other. Hissing garden hose is blue. Equal power, all frequencies. White noise, pink. Linear power on a logarithmic scale. I see. Okay. I don't know if that would sound very different, but pleasant noise. White, pink, brown, blue, grey noise. Grey noise is like pink noise, but sounds different to every listener. What? How is that even literally possible? Black noise is no sound. I guess that makes sense. So white noise is even keel across everything. Pink noise has more energy at one end of a spectrum, at the lower end, I think, because it's linear on a logarithmic scale. Okay, I see. So on a non-linear scale, would basically sort of start to curve off towards the high frequencies, and then blue noise is the opposite. It curves off at the beginning. Used to minimize distortions during sound engineering, and brown noise is the opposite of blue. Even stronger, I suppose. I'm surprised there isn't like some sort of marketing push to get all of these. Grey frequency. Okay, so what's grey noise as white noise? How can a noise be different for every person? That doesn't. I'm not even sure if that makes sense to me. White noise versus grey noise. What's violet noise? That's not a thing, is it? I put moose noise versus grey noise. My internet's being rather slow today, it seems. Colour of noise, brownian noise, pink noise. Is that like a C also? If I click on white noise, statistical property, C also. Pink noise, olfactory white. Is a smell composed of many equally strong but diverse smells, perhaps over 30. What? This is the equivalent of white noise. Hold on, I didn't even know that was a thing. Olfactory white. Are people actually smelling olfactory white out there? Does it actually exist? It's a thing which smells equally everything. Pink noise, fractional noise, fractal noise. Yes, logarithmic. Brownian, white noise, grey noise isn't on here. Flicker noise. What on earth is going on? Colour noise, white noise sound, colour noise. Violet noise, sharp high frequencies. Okay, so brown is the opposite of violet and blue is the opposite of pink, it sounds like. Bands energy across frequencies to match human perception. So white noise is literally flat equal, or grey noise is more like a normal distribution, I guess? I don't really get it. I want to click these, but I'm also not going to play a load of just noises for you. okay, so white noises is mathematically equal across the spectrum, but grey noise is balanced such that it sounds like, to the human perception, it's equal. Because presumably some noises are louder for us than others. Interesting. I feel like I've spoken about this before. Also, Google got a 502 error. Have I spoken about this before? This feels like a familiar topic. Because I feel like I must have brought it up the first time I actually heard about this conceptually. Let me see, where's my YouTube studio? At the same time, we're going to draw a thumbnail out, of course. Sorry about that, quite a long sort of pause. But I'm back now. As we were talking about, oh yeah, white noise, black noise, brown noise, blue noise, pink noise, all these different colours. Excuse me. Very much something I spoke about before. And I even looked it up, and ambient noise is what I'm pretty sure is what I had a conversation about previously. Who knew quite how frequently, once every 3 years, this topic comes up, you know. I'm not sure how to really represent white noise in a little doodle, so I'll just do a little scribble there. Okay, noise. One absolutely awful thumbnail art, which I'm still using for maybe like 100 years more. 100 years, that's a bit long. 100 days more. What day are we on? 2030? 2030, that's right, okay. No, I spelled it wrong. How do I rename the project? Ah, whatever. Doesn't need to be renamed. Sorry, it's because I need to stitch 2 things together. Something like this. So I'm just getting it ready, you know? Just to sort of make things a little bit simpler. Yeah, maybe I should start listening to white noise, grey noise, brown noise, whatever noise you want. Sort of ambiently to actually allow me to lock in, allow me to focus in, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know. Not really something I tried all that much, so who can say? Anywho. I'm trying to even think about it in general. I wonder if it feels a bit hypnotizing if you just listen to like white noise, whatever noise in general, right? It feels like there's some sort of, not binaural beats, but some sort of very hidden, malicious, not malicious, but like, it's like that thing where supposedly if you like put ping pong balls over your eyes, or cut in half ping pong balls over your eyes, so you basically can't see anything, but you keep your eyes open, you just stare upwards, you like hallucinate or something like that. I don't necessarily know how true that is. I suppose part of it might be, you know, sensory deprivation, kind of like that, right? But with sensory deprivation, I just fell asleep, so maybe it's a bit difficult for me to actually judge that. If that is what white noise, brown noise does. Maybe you know what? Maybe I've got to spend some time trying each of the different noise colours to figure out which is the superior noise colour to be able to help you focus in, lock in. Who knows? Any of them? Either of them? None of them? That therein lies the mystery. It's not really that big of a mystery, I think. I mean, not really a mystery which people are still clamouring about, I think, but maybe your mileage may vary when it comes to that sort of thing. Anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, what else to really say about it, to be honest? I don't think there is much else to say about it. That's just kind of it, isn't it? you're sort of just ambiently talking about noise in the first place. It makes it a bit difficult to really hammer in anything particular about it, right? It's just as dismissive as it sounds. It's just noise in the end. Just background noise. Does it really matter? I don't know, maybe. Maybe it does. Maybe you can put some characteristics into the noise. Because this is the thing, which I'm sort of trying to reconcile in my head. Surely all white noise is the same, right? I mean, there's only, well, okay, I guess that technically can't be true. But like, if white noise is just equal volumes across all frequencies, it's surely that's just a tone. But it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like a. So it must be like a random interweaving of like highs and peaks of different frequencies, but which average out to be something solid in the end, right? I say right as if you can answer me about this. This is not something I've already recorded in future. Maybe I've looked up afterwards and been like, oh, interesting. But yeah, in my mind, I'm just sort of like, if it's just a tone, then surely it always sounds the same. Which can't be true, surely. Can it? Maybe. I don't know. Because there's like white noise playlists and stuff on Spotify, or other sort of ambient colour noises on Spotify, which almost feels like it goes against, not the premise of it, but it just, doesn't it feel a bit strange? How can you do that? How can you have different flavours of white noise? What about just delving into different sort of categories? I suppose you can have white noise generators now I think about it, so it must be some sort of element of randomness to it. And by must be, I mean, it does. But I'm just like, I don't know. So there's something very conceptually funny about it. About being like, oh, which white noise is the best or something. You're sort of like picking and choosing. Like, oh, you know, which white noise am I in the mood for today? No, not that one. Because there will be people out there. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm not trying to sort of deride them or anything. I'm just not that person. Whereas it's like, oh yeah, this does make a big difference. Because if it's anything to go by my headphones and me using the different modes, I'd be like, I can't really hear the difference. Anyway, I'm going to round this episode up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Bye-bye for now.